little babies.
You fucked up.
I don't think
that's
the
a good
wife
ring.
would like the fupa.
I offer her the same trade. No one bit.
It does have a good ring. Speaking of good rings, what do you say we start the show? The Simple Minds Sports Show, where we talk all things New England sports. Today's rundown, let me pull it up. Mostly Patriots. The Patriots are still tweaking their offense. So by that, I mean they suck. We also have some Kevin Durant news this week. Surprise. Little surprise there with what's transpiring in Brooklyn. And Bill, old fight man Bill, Billy Fight Night is going to be talking a little UFC. We had an upset over last weekend. So that's pretty much the rundown for the day. Bill, why don't you kick it off with an opening take on that UFC fight that you want to discuss tonight?
Yeah, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman. Great fight this week at UFC 278. Leon Edwards, head kick in the fifth round, 4 minutes and 4 seconds into that fifth round. Usman's pound for pound best fighter in the world, number one ranked, hasn't had 15 straight fights, was winning on the scorecard 3-1. It suffered one head kick and knocked his ass right out. One of the biggest upsets in UFC history. It's great fight to see it. Gives me chills. I love seeing shit like that. That's why that sport is fucking awesome. I love it,
Nice.
dude. I love fighting sport. Like it's that you don't get that as much as in baseball and shit. I mean, outside of 2014 and Brady and all that, like some of those stuff. But fighting, man, you get those once a night.
Well, we'll get into the details there and what it means for the future rounds of UFC. I'll go with my opening take here. It's on the Kevin Durant. No shit, he's staying in Brooklyn. Kudos to the Nets. They played this right from the get-go. I heard on the radio today they made a good point. Oh, no, it wasn't the radio. It was this morning watching Stephen A. Smith. That extension starts this year. His 4-year extension starts. He hasn't even played a single game of that extension. He tried to force his way out of town. Fuck you, Kevin Durant, you baby back bitch. Your legacy is crumbling before you. And who do I blame, Ray?
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Fupa Irving is all to blame. He's the puppet master behind this. And I also have a developing opinion what that means for Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Might be a good thing for the Celtics if you are in favor of those two players staying here long term. We'll talk more about that. Ray, your opening take.
Oh, thank you, Richard. Another week, another report out of Patriots camp that this offense is terrible. They're practicing with the Las Vegas Raiders right now. Past 2 days, Mac Jones was looking disheveled in practice because his offense, they're not on form. The Raiders were getting interceptions, getting to the quarterback very easily. So, yeah, this offense is going to be a roller coaster ride all season long.
Do most roller coasters just go directly into the ground and burn in a fiery crash?
I hope not. I hope not.
Most
I hope we have like a nice little up at one point of the season, then goes crashing down.
Gotcha. Okay. I would expect this one to be broken and just burn and burn and burn and burn. We'll be talking about that. That'll be the first thing we talk about. So welcome to Simple Minds Sports Show. Friday Rewind, August
26th.
26th. Thanks. Yep. That makes sense. August 26th. Welcome to the show.
+2, 26.
Oh, don't even fucking give me this on the math, Mr. Can't Do 12s.
I was trying to get a fucking... don't worry about it, Bill. Don't worry about it.
Fantasy, nobody cares. Tell you later. Ray can't divide by 12. That's it. That's all I need to know.
I was trying to fucking scam him. Leave me
You
alone.
were fucking way. Oh, yeah. Sure. I knew the answer the whole time. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, we apologize. If you're listening on iHeartRadio, welcome to the movement. We're the number one New England sports show on iHeartRadio. That's proven. Don't dispute it. Self-proclaimed number one New England sports show on iTunes. So keep that going. Spotify, not much going on there. So help us out. Rate, subscribe, review, tell your friends. As always, tell your mothers. We can start wherever you want with the Patriots. I'll give you some nuggets. We can go with the report. I got some Phil Perry stuff here, but I started with Kendrick Bourne basically benched against Carolina. Reports that he was on the trading block along with your starting right tackle, left tackle, Isaiah Wynn, 5th-year guy. Is that, I mean, overall it's bad, obviously, but if they dealt those guys and got something decent in return, how do you feel about that? And what does it say just about the offense in general?
What's decent? Give me a.
If you traded Kendrick Bourne and got a 4th-round pick next year.
Yeah.
I think Thornton getting hurt has a little something to say about that. I mean, you're taking away a lot of your depth, right? You're filled with mediocre receivers. You saw Kendrick Wilkinson go down, Christian Wilkinson go down. Now you're looking at Thornton going down until at least October, and now you're looking to trade Bourne. So now you're just shrinking your mediocrity with no depth.
Was that a Langevin joke? Was that a?
That's what I thought, because I thought he smirked a little bit when he said that. That's where I was going too.
That was an unintentional little Raymond Langevin.
Like when it came off the tongue, he's like, "Haha, I got him again."
Oh my God. That one slipped out. That was good. Nice job. That was setting up my own answer. No, this is bad. You don't trade your guys. Your offense is a fucking mess. You don't trade who should have been everyone anticipating was your number one receiver coming in the year. And Kendrick Bourne has had a bad camp, a slow camp, clearly had disgruntled against the coaching staff or whatever else. By the way, so is your quarterback, who has come to the aid in the media for Kendrick Bourne. You don't get rid of that guy. You don't trade. And Isaiah Wynn, say what you want about him. We've had our discussions whether he's a bust or whether he's a failure. The Patriots have a track record of getting these guys out of town on their 5th year, not planning to re-sign them. I get that. He's getting $10 million guaranteed this year. Guess what? His replacement is Yandy Kajust. So I'll take Isaiah Wynn to protect Mac Jones, okay? Don't trade any of these guys. Don't fucking trade anybody. You got $5 million in cap space. It's just enough to go make a move if you want to in the season. Just try and make it work. That was my short answer for that. And speaking of trying to make it work, Ray, why don't you tell us a little bit more about that shit offense in Vegas? I'll give you. Let me see if I can find the quotes. Go ahead, talk for a second.
It was Monday when was it Monday? Monday when they started joint practices with the Raiders. Mac Jones looked annoyed because nothing's like working. This new West Coast scheme that they're trying to do, the Shanahan offense, it ain't working. And, the Raiders were just picking him apart. He looked pissed, and then he tried to break down the practice, and everyone could tell that this is just not what Mac wanted. Like, this is his second year. You're with Josh McDaniels, who coached you last year. You're embarrassing yourself. Your team looks like shit. No one's on the same page. And Kendrick Bourne was his number one guy on the offseason. He was the one that was with them training all the time. And they had a good relationship. I thought that was going to be his number one guy, like we all thought, but yet he's nowhere to be found during practice either.
Here's some quotes,
because they're benching him in the second and third line. And second and third string him. And that's a problem. Yeah. And I think, honestly, your best 3 wide receiver sets are, as much as I hate him, Nelson Aguilar, Devontae Parker, and Kendrick Bourne. I mean, that's your best 3 sets, especially with those 2 tight ends that you have. I mean, you haven't heard shit. Hunter Henry's been banged up, right? So, I mean, now, and you don't know what to expect out of Jonnu Smith. I mean, you heard he's had a decent camp, honestly, but we'll see. Maybe this new offense, you're kind of looking at what they had in Tennessee, where he excelled in Tennessee. It seems like maybe that's hopefully what can get him going, but you're still this depth. You cannot move Bourne. I like Bourne. I thought he was your number one receiver last year. He was your best receiver. Jacoby Myers is Jacoby Myers. I think he's the 4th best on any team, right? Yep. And you're questioning, you're trying to put him in the slot, put him in positions that he's going to succeed. And as your typical or non-typical number one is what Mac Jones, your go-to guy. I mean, that's an issue. He's not the guy. He's still learning a position. It's like you need the Kendrick Bournes in this offense. I think, again, you can use Kendrick Bourne, which they tried to do a lot last year with fucking Debo, right? So kind of like Debo, kind of same in the same offense, right? This is where Bourne
mentioned that in the spring too, Bill. He said, yeah, they're handing me the ball and it looks fun.
That's probably why the coaching staff's fucking they're down on him right now this year, is because shut your fucking mouth. Shut up. Stop telling people stop telling people what you're doing.
There was also a quote from Jacoby Myers, something about checking egos early in camp when they were trying to get the offense going. So maybe that's a Bourne thing. Let me just read you this quote from Phil Perry. This was Tuesday's practice, 11-11s, 7-7s, Vegas Raiders and New England Patriots. Said it was a chess match. The Patriots were losing for the better part of the day. Devontae Adams couldn't be stopped. He caught a twisting one-handed touchdown early. Later on, Derek Carr found him for with Dietrich Wise bringing pressure. 2 plays after that, Adams caught a filthy toe-dragging reception down the sideline. But as practice progressed towards the 2-minute drill, the Patriots defense turned things around. They created sacks. They nearly got a turnover. As was the case for the offense, the last full team period of the day helped salvage things on that side of the ball. There was a 2-minute drill that Mac Jones led for a touchdown to Kendrick Bourne. Here's my biggest takeaway of that. The only good offense we've seen from Mac Jones in this Patriots is the old offense.
Mm-hmm.
When they go to shotgun on 3rd down or 2-minute drill and Mac Jones is calling the plays in the 2-minute drill, they've had success. When they've tried to institute this Shanahan run zone offense with Matty P back there, the most brilliant mind that Mac Jones has ever seen in football.
Twin nutsacks or Skinny Ray.
They haven't
Skinny
done
Ray,
shit.
Twin nutsacks.
And the reports out of Vegas is their run game now is just god awful. They couldn't get anything going. So
they're not happy with Trent Brown either. Not to cut you off, they benched him in Carolina, and that was the reason he didn't play against the Panthers, because they're not happy with his compete level in practice either. And that's another reason why trying to look to trade Isaiah Wynn is a big mistake. I think Isaiah Wynn is going to excel at the right tackle. I really do. I think that's what he legitimately should have been drafted for, not this left tackle project trying to replace Nate Solder, trying to replace fucking Trent Brown. Now you got a decent line, right? I mean,
hold on, before you go on your tangent rambles about the line, it's very. We haven't seen a new offense instituted in New England in 20 years.
Since Pete Carroll.
22 years. This is what bad to mediocre teams look like in a camp where you have a turnover in coaching staff and you have to institute new shit. Because the players who were disgruntled signed before Matty P was handed the fucking play sheet, okay? Mm-hmm. Trent Brown didn't come here to play sprinting left tackle in zone blocking scheme. He came here to play for the Patriots, in which he knew them and won a championship for him in 2018. Kendrick Bourne didn't sign here as a free agent to play for Matty fucking P. He signed here to play with McDaniels and run that offense and find some success at it. So these disgruntled guys that have come here to play, we see this across the NFL. It's just usually on shitty teams that guys are not, they came to a certain place to do a certain thing, and now they're changing it up on them, including your quarterback, who you took in the 1st round, who is still just a 2nd-round guy. Maybe you should just shut up, learn the playbook, and lead by example. That would kind of be my advice to him, and I think he's trying to do that. But it's no surprise to me that the Trent Browns and the Kendrick Bournes of the world, who have made their money, won at a high level, are pitching a fit because they watch this coaching staff trying to implement an offense that no one knows how to fucking run. No one knows how to run.
And you've seen them change their offense up, a couple times over the last 20 years. The 2 tight end offense, they've revolutionized that, brought that back. Now half the NFL has ran that, but you haven't seen them totally morph an offense like this, like totally, also, what I mean?
Also, without not a complete different coaching staff. Sorry to cut you off. Who have a twin nutsacks for brain cells? So,
or a quarterback that knows how to run that.
No, I think I would feel more comfortable to if you could change the offense, you do it when you had a Bill O'Brien, you had a Josh McDaniels, guys that have legit grew up in the system. They all came from the Charlie Weiss system. This system has been in place since 2000 when Bill took over, and before that with the Giants and the old Patriots, Bill Parcells. Like, this system has been around forever. And then Bill refined it. That's why he's run the same system. Right. So now you're trying to throw guys in that were on the other side of the ball. And I'm sick of hearing this excuse about like if you're a good football coach, you can go on both sides of the ball. Brian Flores did it. Okay. But he was a true defensive guy. Right. So same thing with fucking Matty P nutsack over here. He is a defensive guy, and Joe Judge is a special teams guy, right? He's not the John Harbaugh that everyone was trying to compare him to when he took the Giants job, right? So, I mean, he ruined Daniel Jones, and he's about to ruin Mac Jones, right? I don't know if he hates Jones.
I don't know. Yeah,
he's a racist. He's racist. That's what it is. He hates Jones. He just.
I think there's a different word from that. Jonesist. Should we? So I have a couple.
The Joneses.
Phil Perry's got a good article, Stock Up, Stock Down, to talk some just football stuff as opposed to this. But before we get there, Raymond, is this true? There's been talk of another bridge year. What did Belichick call it last year? A rebuilding year, or whatever the hell he called it when he signed all those free agents.
Right? Wasn't it? I don't even know.
Should we consider this a bridge year with the offense implementation, a 2nd-year quarterback, brand new offensive coaching staff? Some rookies that are supposed to be making We haven't even touched the defensive side of the ball, and basically entire linebacking core young. If we change our mindset, would that be better? If we said this is a bridge year,
No,
we
this
can
is New
get
England
better towards the
Patriots.
end of the year.
No, you've been winning for 20 years. Why would you want to have a bridge year? Plus, Bill Belichick's 70 years old.
That's the biggest thing, Ray. That is the
can't-
biggest thing. If he was a Sean McVay that took over when he was 35,
I would allow it.
and just won 6 Super Bowls, right? And he's only 55. You're like, okay, the next 4 or 5 years, build something.
This
Right, 'cause-
motherfucker could die any day. He's 70 years old.
Not banging that fucking Linda. He can't. She's keeping him fit.
That's what's gonna kill him. You see those titties on the beach? I'm not talking about
You
Linda's
gotta
either.
check.
I'm talking about Bill's.
I'm more interested in winning that woman.
She's got to check for lumps on him. Yeah, no, I agree.
We do
I'm
the
with
same
you.
with Irene. We get it.
Oh, that's
while
nice
we're
of you
there-
guys.
while
I
we're
appreciate
there-
that. I appreciate it.
While we're there, practice safe sex. The last question on this: where is Robert Kraft in all this? Is this just letting Belichick play out the string because of the amount of success that he's brought him?
He's
And
at the Asian Pacific med spa.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a question real quick.
Go ahead.
What happens when he goes off the pasture and his son takes over? What do you think happens then?
Wow, real morbid tonight, Ray.
Sorry.
Why do you have death on the brain? Are you dying?
I have a feeling.
And are you wearing a Duke shirt?
No, LSU.
I have a feeling Jonathan Kraft could go one of two ways. He could completely tear it down and start from scratch and be his dad in terms of a football and look for the Parcells type to come in and redo it and really
You mean
focus
a
on
751.
751. Technically, I think you're correct in that. Not
we just got-
exactly. This would be
Wikipedia
more.
that.
This would be more of that. He could just try and make a shit ton of money. And that,
They're the second high. They're worth $6.4 billion.
if you look at the
shit out
Sun,
money.
the sons of ownership in NFL do not have a terrific track record.
Yeah, but I have pretty
Mark
good
Davis?
faith. No, he's been running the team.
He
right?
has been,
The
and he's
team-
in his. What is he in his 50s?
and he's a Harvard businessman. He ain't no Mark Davis. Like he went to school. He did all that stuff. Like he's.
I
like,
just
he's-
wonder what his
But
dedication
does he
to the
know
team is. Bill.
football?
Like Robert
He
Kraft
doesn't need to
sat
know
in the
football. You
stands at
hire guys
Sullivan
that does.
Stadium. He's the one who made his money, made his fortune. Like there, Robert Kraft has that came from nothing type of thing, and maybe he instilled it in Jonathan. But Jonathan Kraft grew up a fucking millionaire and was inherited this team.
I'd be
So-
more worried about his brothers. They don't hear a lot of. Like Jonathan Kraft is the pretty much turning into like the owner. Like the ownership's in the kids' names. The succession plans there. It's him. It's not a Mark Davis type. It's not the fucking Browns out there in Cincinnati, like Paul Brown's kids, like who ruined the Bengals. Like
Cowboys. All his kids are.
I think
Stephen
Jerry's
Jones
still pulling. A lot
Stephen
of
Jones is the VP. Like, I mean, he's still pulling, but he's the next guy. Like at least these owners have legit guys in place. Say what you want about the Joneses, but at least they're putting teams in
Fucking
place.
racist.
I know. Fuck, they hate the white guys. they hate
Joneses.
coaches hate the white Joneses. They're never good. That's why.
Yep. No, there's
But
a
no,
flaw.
but
There's
anyways,
a flaw
at
in their
least-
game is a flaw in their name.
Yeah. They
That's a T-shirt.
they're just honey dicking people.
Quick break, and we'll do some stock up, stock down with Phil Perry.
Fucking honey dicking me.
We should tease that in the YouTube. Phil Perry joins us for stock up, stock down.
Yeah,
Dude, I've been seeing him. Like, who's that stupid podcast thing you got? Some New England shows gets him on all the time.
Yeah, right.
Raymond,
You got to be more specific on what stupid New England show gets them
it's
on.
Phil Perry. Just get him.
Just email him.
Okay.
Jesus, what else are you gonna do?
Phil Perry, NBC Boston, has some stock up
Truly.
and some stock down in his recent stint with the Patriots in training camp. So I'll just give it to him, see what you think. I'm not going to read all these paragraphs because my tongue ain't too good at reading too good. He starts number
Why,
one
night-night?
stock up. Toot. We've been on this guy. I've been on this guy saying he's going to be a key factor in the defense moving forward the last couple of years, actually. Adrian Phillips. Phillips nearly had an interception on Carr in a 2-minute drill. He told reporters after the fact that it was one that he should have had. Blah, blah, blah. Banged out 25 push-ups. Good for him. Pass breakups, all the like. We've seen him play the linebacker role when he first got here. Stepped back into that safety role.
Timeout.
Stock up for Adrian Phillips.
Hold on. Timeout.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do 25 push-ups, Ray?
I probably could, but it'll hurt tomorrow.
Wait, is that what just
exactly?
happened?
All right, back up. Put your camera down. 25 push-ups. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Let's go, Fupa.
All right, keep talking.
Okay.
All right. You put your camera down. I want to see you.
Oh,
and they gotta be
right. That was a direct dick shot.
Look at this guy hanging out. This has got to be real push-ups.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's slowing down a little bit. 13, 14. Oh,
that was
he cut him short. He cut him short. 16, 17. He split him in half. Didn't get all the way down to the ground.
Oh,
He's struggling for those last ones. Pretty good speed though. Not
yeah,
bad.
he slowed down. There.
Golf clap. Golf clap. He is breathing heavy. Way to go. Breathing heavy.
There wasn't as many jokes as I thought it would be on that one, but
It wasn't
nice job,
bad.
Rick.
You know what? You know what his speed tells us
Mr.
though?
Fulton taught me how to do push-ups back.
No,
in the day.
you cut one short, so we had to have.
That's
it
why
next show on.
I did 26
Yeah.
because I could hear you.
The speed on that tells us that you could not slow down because momentum was carrying you to 25.
a lot of weight to push up off that floor.
Yeah.
You ever see Stanley in the office? He starts getting that. What was his 25 push-ups? By the time he gets to the end, it's so big and fat. It's hard to push all that weight up.
It is.
Yeah, that wide stance too. That's you know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you.
Keep
with a
working on it.
giant
We
black
want
man.
we want to
But
get those triangles.
I got T-Rex arms, so it's easy for me.
I call these the Irenes. That's when you really work out your pecs. Stock up. Next stock up on the chart is one Matt Judon. Here's my only question, Matt Judon, hero
Give me it
of
for 17 games.
There you go, nailed it. What do you think happened to him?
COVID,
The final four. We
Yeah.
want to blame it on COVID.
and then he was
And
battling
listening
injury,
to
but
Steven Belichick.
Well, he was listening to him basically all year, wasn't he?
No, because remember they were splitting it up between
no,
Mayo.
but Bill took over, and he was.
Oh,
that-
that's
He was a beast he was a beast from week one. So whoever was in his ear, I don't think that had a problem with it. I either
this is the only
it
thing.
was either injury related or he quit. That's the only thing I can come up
I don't think he quit. I say the COVID kind of knocked him out. I mean, you look at Jason Tatum when he had COVID, it banged him out for what, a month or two, and he even said, I mean, actually the rest of the season, right? So I mean, that's the biggest thing where it came with the COVID. So I mean, that's probably what it is. You know, he's trying to gut it out. He's a football player. I mean, that's what he does. But I earn your money in the most important stretch of the season, right? I mean, after November is when you need to earn your money, Matt Judon. Let me see you. I don't give a shit if you had 12 and a half sacks. Give me the fucking 5, 6, 7 sacks after November. That's where you're the most important on this team. That's where you're fighting for a playoff spot. I mean, we were looking at going into a bye for this team, number 1 seed.
No.
And then next thing you know, Matt Judon gets COVID, maybe gets hurt or quits. I mean, those are your 3 options, right? So, I mean, that's some combination of all 3, but I mean that's a big reason. And then to watch, obviously, besides Josh Allen in the playoffs, but different story.
Yeah, I'll
Give
take
me
that
17
excuse.
games.
Third stock up for Phil Perry. Devontae Parker, who's been stock up basically all camp, had a touchdown against the Raiders at one point. Had 3 targets from Mac Jones, connected on a slant play that they missed in that Panthers game. I think it was to
Bad.
Myers?
That was a bad over. No, it was Parker.
No.
He overshot
to
Parker
Parker?
by a mile
No.
on third down, right? Was it
Parker was a big part of that 2-minute drill that they left on a high note. He caught a third down play, one on the sideline. Nice catch. So Devontae Parker, their pickup for, what'd they give up for him? 5th round pick or something like that? 3rd, 4th, something like that?
5th and a 7th, right? Something
Yeah.
stupid like that.
But it's like not the same year. It's
Or
like,
no, or a 7th.
there's a 5th for 2023 and a 7th for 2024.
Either
Thanks.
way, they
Thanks
got
for
him for
Thomas.
cheap. He's a good wide receiver. He's got health concerns, has his whole career, but he's burnt the Patriots for years. He's had a really good camp. Should be a guy that helps Mac Jones. Stock up for Devontae Parker. Raymond?
No, I totally agree. But the other thing, like you guys said with Judon, 17 games. This guy is notoriously injured every year. He was with the Dolphins, so have a healthy year and see what happens.
Talent's there. Yeah, I've always been a big fan of Devontae Parker, but gotta show me something more. Be healthy. But it's good. I mean, you heard them. They're working out early. Hopefully, Mac's new arm strength benefits him. I would rather basically, this is my offense. You know that
Arm
like,
strength.
Yeah.
I love that fucking shit too. His arm's stronger. Is it?
New arm string. You know that
Okay.
play in Madden where you just send everybody the four verticals and
Four
you send the
verts, yeah,
running back?
baby.
That's all I want to see. Just throw Randy
Just
Moss
fucking
offense.
go,
Just
baby.
throw it up to him. And if he wants to catch these 50-50 balls that we've been hearing since the beginning of July, that's what I want to see. Mac, use your fucking robotic arm and throw it up and let him go get it. Because that's the only way you're going to succeed.
I think the nerd said he's catching like 87% of 50-50 balls or however they defined it to make it
A
sound
lot of
good.
numbers.
These stock downs are good. These are good stock downs.
Jake
Okay.
Bailey, #1 stock down.
You
Terrible
fuck you. You
punter.
shut your
Don't do it, man.
fucking
He just
mouth.
did 25 push-ups. His heart can't handle that.
No,
do
it's already
25
still
more?
being. No.
Stock down #1 from Phil Perry, Jalen Mills. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
Your #1 cornerback,
Thank
left
you.
cornerback, Jalen Mills, stock down, got his jock stolen from him by Devontae Adams.
I'm gonna nope that maybe for these practices, but it's Devontae Adams. He's probably the #1 to #2 best wide receiver in football. I understand. I
So
get
do
it.
you
Well,
think he's
we
going to
play him in week
Stephon
15,
Diggs?
so no, when they
Awesome.
play do they play Vegas? You're
14.
going, aren't you, Bill?
I'm going.
Oh, Ray's
You're
going.
going to
You're going to
Vegas?
Vegas early, right?
Yeah,
I'm
Bill's going to Vegas
in
next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Right.
from
Okay, so
tomorrow.
Bill, you're not that down on Jalen Mills? He has had a good camp.
Yeah, it's Devontae Adams. If he was doing it by fucking Hunter Renfro, the football player, not the baseball player, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But like it's Devontae Adams, dude. I mean, him and Derek Carr are best friends. I mean, that was the reason he went to Oakland. I mean, Fresno State, their senior in Fresno State was one of the best college duos in history. They were disgusting. Like it's Devontae Adams, dude. It's not fucking Jalen Waddle or someone like that who was a lesser wide receiver, or like I said, Hunter Renfro. It's Devontae. Yeah,
I'll
it's
give you that.
down. It's down because it's Devontae Adams, but still, I'm expecting more. And I just think maybe it's training camp vanilla. They're showing their vanilla defense. You heard it in the typical Patriots defense. When you went into your 2-minute drill, what do? They clamp down. When you got into your 20s, you clamp down. And you're going to see this Jalen Mills shit. This is why Ray hated him all year.
No, that's what they're going to do. Back off zone, and the front seven has been the best part of their defense. We'll get to that.
Barmore has been a beast.
We'll get to the front seven here in a second. How about right now? Stock down #2 from Phil Perry. The Patriots, your Patriots linebackers. Raymond, you've been high on these young, fast whippersnappers. There has been a lot of great talk about Anthony Jennings and Josh Uche having great camps. Haven't heard much from the inside guys in Mac Jones Mac
Wilson.
Mac Wilson, and whoever else are thrown in the middle there. I don't know who they're going to decide who's going to play that role.
Raekwon
McMillan. Let me read this for you, seeing as they're Rays linebackers. Well, the Patriots defense did its thing during the 2-minute drill. One throw could have changed all of that. Carr had Brandon Bolden streaking down the field completely unchecked for a touchdown.
Wait, he plays for the Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah, McDaniels dragged a lot of guys there. But he overthrew his target. Raiders backs had room to operate for the majority of the practice. Bolden beat Juwan Bentley, forgot about that guy, for a first down. Your boy Raekwon McMillan also had a hard time sticking with Brandon Bolden in the following period. It wasn't all bad for the unit. Bentley had a sack late in the practice and looks like he could spend 2022 coming off the edge. But running with the Raiders backs downfield may come into focus on Wednesday. Isn't this why they got fast, speedy guys? So to combat this?
Thought so. I guess it's not working out too well. Although it did look good against the Panthers.
Ooh, backups.
Thanks, Ray. God damn it, Bill. Third stock down. Damian Harris.
Quit being a bitch. It's a burp.
Another trade.
It's not like I'm fucking coming on the mic here. Come on.
That'd be more entertaining.
I want to see that. Do it right now. I just did 25 push-ups. Come on.
No, I have to talk into this thing.
Not the first time it comes been on your mouth.
I need some mouth.
You said help. I thought you said mouth.
I did say mouth.
Oh. That's the bat signal. Just a fucking mouth goes up in the sky, like the Kiss, like the not Kiss, like the Rolling Stones logo.
Oh yeah.
Fucking.
Oh, it's just an open jaw.
The Queen needs
It's
mouth.
like a shark jaw coming in at you.
Damian Harris also has had he's stock down for Phil Perry. Not been used in passing situations. Not been targeted. I don't know. It seems like their offensive line is not giving these guys lots of room to run. What do you think about them trading Harris too? He's been on the not on a trading block, but there's been rumors that they might try to move him.
This is his last year, right?
Yes.
Last year of the contract.
Yeah, do it.
No.
No.
Jesus,
Running
what is
backs
wrong
go
with
down
you?
all the time.
Hold on, Rich. Before you go, what have we been bitching about since the start of the show in the start of
He
July?
doesn't listen.
Right, Rich. Can you answer this question for me? What's the number one problem on this team
Offensive
currently
line?
situated right now as
Yeah.
a whole? Rich,
Oh,
Skinny
Yeah.
Ray.
tell me.
Skinny Ray.
The offensive line personnel, they don't have it. What
The
they have,
offense,
they don't have what they need to
the
do.
offense in general.
That's
And
true,
why
that's
are you
general.
trying to
The offense.
Why the offense in general? And you're trying to talk about trading that? Ray, you're fucking. You're not trading Damian Harris. He's going to rush for 1,000 yards.
804.
Dude, that shit plays. Come on. Ray has Asperger's. That's practically retarded as it is. That plays.
Okay.
If it's in the same 804, it's not much to write down.
Nope. So same timestamp. Yeah, no, you need what your depth after them is Ty Montgomery. So no, you can't trade
And
Damian Harris.
He's your
Pierre, what's that guy?
They don't play rookie running backs. They
I
don't
know.
play them. Even Stevenson Andre Ramadan Stevenson.
No,
That
he
was the
fumbled.
most they.
He
That was the
one
most
bad
they played a
fumble. Yeah, then he
rookie.
did.
Was that the
Yeah, they gave him a
Dolphins
shot
fumble,
early
right?
and then they benched him.
That was
JJ
against the
Taylor did the
Dolphins,
same
right?
thing.
He's
Fumbled it and
cut.
never
He's
saw him again.
gone.
Okay.
Jay Taylor's gone.
805. Just log me.
That's all I got. No parting words on the Patriots. Let's throw over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. Hopefully, Billiam doesn't barp during this beautiful segment.
You say
Patriot-
barp?
Came. Irene came in. She's under the table.
The Patriots look to be making a little to no improvement on offense. They traveled to sunny Las Vegas this week to get embarrassed by old friend Josh McDaniels. Things look and feel bleak for the Pats, but Belichick was at least impressed with the Taj Mahal of facilities. It was golden dumps and lady humps for Coach B in Sin City. The summer of Kevin Durant trade rumors has officially come to an end. Durant agreed to rescind his trade request after meeting with team owner Joe Tsai. Is it Tsai? In LA this week.
Joe C. got more game than Glico.
Reports say Tsai took a knee and scooped a cup of soup to make the superstar happy. Durant soup, testicles. He licked his nuts. Other reports are coming to light that on Tuesday morning, Kyrie Irving woke up on the opposite side of his race car bed, in turn leading to KD's full reversal of cuntbaggery. In other Red Sox news, they are a walking tape. This has been Headlines with the Obvious One. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Raymond. Well done. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant folds. I don't know if Joe C had to take a cup of soup. I think it might have gone the other way around.
I do too.
Just the whole. This is why, honestly, I know I blame everything on Kyrie Irving because it's true. But this what was Kevin Durant's plan? Like, what did he think was going to happen? Did he honestly think, without playing a single second,
They were going to trade Kyrie Irving.
$190 million contract that you can just force your way out of town for pennies on the dollar? Like, there's a limit to this power struggle in the NBA, and we just found it.
This is what's going to happen. LeBron just signed a 2-year, $100 million contract extension, and one of the stipulations was we need to trade for Kyrie Irving. KD hears that nonsense and is like, okay, this is what we're going to work out. Kyrie need to go. Right. So I think now you're going to see maybe a revamped effort to try to trade Kyrie Irving, roll with Ben Simmons and whoever else. I've seen 3-team trades float out there. It's all centered around that dumpster cunt Kyrie Irving.
You think Durant wants Kyrie out? You think there's trouble in paradise?
Who wouldn't?
In that
Yes.
Because KD loves him.
Do you love 60 games?
No.
Do you love 60 games?
Nope.
You got 1 year
That's
left.
inhumane, dude. That's inhumane to ask somebody to play 60 games.
Yeah. How dare you?
So is slave labor in China, and they still fucking do it. Get rid of Kyrie Irving.
Don't get Kyrie going on that slave labor in China. In his 4 iPhones he probably has. I don't know. I was just going under the impression that Kevin Durant still was supporting Kyrie Irving. There was rumblings that he was not happy with the way that management, quote unquote, handled the Kyrie Irving vaccine situation. I just think that Kevin Durant has no spine, kind of rolls with whatever is his periods tell him to fucking roll with that month. And the Nets called his bluff and they beat him. So sorry, dude. You got to play for us. And two things. If they trade Kyrie, maybe that changes. But if they don't, say what you want about them, and we know they're a dumpster fire, but then it's still a shit ton of talent. They will win a shit ton of games in the regular season just on talent alone if they all play.
You got to
yes, they will. Right?
You got to motivate. Hold on, I don't think they're all going to play. I think
you
they're
just get
miss
a motivated. You're gonna get a motivated Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons just got $17.5 million out of the 22 that he was suing Philly. That's a motivated. He had to go. That was the biggest con ever. He had to get fucking surgery to get his goddamn money. I think he's coming back and he's going to be fucking. He's going to be
what he is, which
that's
is
a good big three. If you get everyone on the
Kyrie Irving's playing for a contract, and if Kyrie Irving tells Kevin Durant to play, he'll play. Plus, I do believe in Kevin Durant's competitive spirit. I think he does want to win when he's out there and wants to play.
The best player
he's
in the
just
league.
He's aloof. So you add Joe Harris coming back, the kid they got from Utah. They picked up TJ Warren. Like, they got a good fucking squad. They were the number one team in the East before last year before KD went down,
and then Kyrie
and they traded Harden, and Kyrie. Yes, it was all a fucking shit show in the dumpster fire, little blaze.
Over under on sabbaticals for Kyrie this year.
20.
How many daughters' birthdays does he have? How many?
He's got two. He's got two.
How many
weird
illegitimate daughter birthdays does he have?
He's got two weird disappearances in him, and one will come in the playoffs, which is why they won't actually win anything.
Whatever it is, Rama Ding Dong that he has to
fast. How dare you make fun of that?
Hey, Jaylen Brown.
I'm sorry.
Too, by the way. Speaking of Jaylen Brown, and Tatum, and I didn't put the whole wrist thing in Tatum, so I'll get your opinion on that too. But this is what I think this whole Kevin Durant thing did, and this is a whole NBA wide, and I think we've talked about this before, but a shift in power. LeBron James, Kevin Durant just proved he's not LeBron James. LeBron James could use his talent and his business sense to leverage himself to wherever he wanted to go. The second Durant signed that 4-year deal, that went out the fucking window, and he's not LeBron James. And I think that this is starting to shift, and maybe it's just a cultural thing too. Like the Ja Morants, like the young talent in the league, just seem like they have, I don't know, more pride, like more emphasis to stay and be part of a team. I don't know if that's going to stick with the Celtics, but my point is, if you give Tatum and Jaylen Brown the extensions that they want and probably deserve, they're not. I don't think they're going to leave Boston. I think Durant and the Nets just put that on the table for future NBA and young stars. This whole Anthony Davis forcing you away at a time to go play with LeBron and the Lakers, I don't think that's going to be the norm anymore. I think
you need to offer Jaylen Brown a contract now, and you need to give him what the future contract is going to be, because I think he's up in 2 years. You got Tatum signed through that extension, is big money. I think realistically, I think they're both gone. I think I said it last week, Rich. I said it last week. You have 3-year window. If you're not fucking getting where you need to do, and you can't get over the hump in these next 3 years, Jason Tatum's going to force his way out of town. He's got too big of a pull. He's with all the superstars
there's too
NBA.
much money. Just when the power was at its height with LeBron James, Kevin Durant going to the Warriors, like the max contracts were $120, $130. You're like
$140.
You're like Jason Tatum can line himself up for a $300 million contract. Jaylen Brown, if he stays with the Celtics, is looking at over $200 million. They're not, and you don't give Jaylen Brown the extension now. He can't make enough money now. You have to wait till next year because of the stipulations.
He's gone.
No, he's not. If they
Would
pay
you trade
him
for Donovan Mitchell right now, straight up?
No.
Yes,
because the money works, and Donovan Mitchell's about.
I think Donovan Mitchell
New
has
York Knicks, and Danny Ainge is running Utah now, and Danny Ainge fucking loves Jaylen Brown.
That's not the point, though. He's not going to do that. They're not going to straight. The point is, Jaylen Brown's not going anywhere if they give him his money. Ray, do you agree or disagree?
No, I agree. I think what's going to be the sign that they all leave is when they win those 2 championships. If they finally get over the hump, I think that's when they're going to want to leave and do their own thing. Be like, yeah, we did it. Now I want to go.
Did you see that? You see that little green shit that came out of his ass when he was doing those push-ups?
Yeah.
That was that green teamer pushing it all out. The 2 championships. Yeah, sure. I like it.
Hey. Ray's like a rabbit. He has 2 different kinds of shit.
I truly believe
green
the power
shit
of shit
for the Celtics, regular shit for all the shitty foods that he eats.
Yep. Final point on the C's. What do we make of Jason Tatum playing in the playoffs with a fractured wrist?
Now, can the Celtics get in trouble for that?
No.
I thought you had to.
NFL. I don't think
that's what I was asking. That's what I was asking.
No, I mean, I just hope that it wasn't an excuse for being shitty in the finals, right? So I'll give him, if it was legit broken, which it sounds like it is. I don't want to. I want to hear about it the day after you lost. I want to see you in the brace. I don't want to hear about it 2 months after you lost. Right now, I just felt like it was a wrong time to break it up, but to bring it up, I should say. But good for him balling. I've always thought the kids were soft. You can't win, no championship drive, and now they're fucking. You're playing with a broken wrist as a basketball player. I mean, it was a small fracture, but come on. I mean, the toughness. If it's true, like I said, if it's true, good for him. If it's an excuse, I
don't think there's any doubt that it's true. And I think if you go back and look at some of the decisions that he was making, like we were mad at him for not driving, and I forget the exact.
Didn't we think it was his shoulder? We thought it was his shoulder.
He had the stinger in his shoulder that he kept saying that. But some of the shot, like some of the dead-on threes he was shooting against Milwaukee were like hitting the backboard. I think that's legit. I agree with you, Bill. I didn't catch, like, I got to go back and watch and see how it came up. Like, was there a question? Was it a planted question?
No, it sounded like,
Is it getting it out there to say, okay, maybe there's a reason why he didn't play as well? I still look at that Warriors series and look at the decisions that he was making and still blame it on the fact that the Warriors defense just bottled him up and he didn't know how to break it. And the Celtics didn't know how to break it. They didn't know how to compete in the moment. It was still the moment that beat them, not Jason Tatum's wrist. The dude dropped 46 in a game 6 to bring it back to Boston against Milwaukee and Giannis. So his wrist was okay to do that.
Yeah.
But if you think like the timeline, game 3 against Milwaukee, game 3 through 5, he was terrible. Right. So, I mean, that's where it was. So it's like you look at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's
when he got his cortisone
shot. Hit like the backboard.
Yeah. That was the time. And like I said, you're playing through it for 2 months. That's what we want to see. I've always thought basketball players, baseball players are all pussies. Give me hockey players and
not like a soccer player
and NHL players all day. Dude, come on. Soccer player breaks his wrist. They'll fucking take an ambulance ride and then a helicopter medvac to get to the fucking nearest hospital.
Just take the hand, doc. I can't deal with the pain. Just take it. I don't need his fucking hands anyway. I play a game with my feet.
Can't touch the ball with my hands. Any game you can't touch with your hands is fucking.
Oh, God damn it,
dude! It plays. Who cares?
It doesn't though. 8-16.
So last point. So we're moving forward with the Celtics roster. We all like the Celtics roster. I think that they need to find a little bit more depth at wing. They're signing a bunch of these lottery picks from 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Lay just got signed, right?
They signed Denzel Valentine not long ago. So they're trying to find. Bill. Nice job. They're done spending money. They're not going to spend any more money on guys, and they need to find some depth at center and wing. Other than that, to finish up on your point, Bill, I think props to Udoka for bringing some toughness in these guys. Robert Williams playing with a torn meniscus. Jason Tatum broken wrist. Jaylen Brown went through his hamstring, whatever his injuries were. Smart was hurt. So yep. Al Horford is our age. So good for them. Good for Udoka.
Our age, not Bill's age.
You're the oldest one on the show, you fucking cunt.
That plays.
I don't care if it's a fucking week. It's still you're still the oldest one on the show.
Don't look it though.
Quick break. We'll be doing some UFC.
Sky rockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Whoop! You guys have it, I think. Afternoon delight.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
How do you not look older than me? You've been in the same relationship since we were in fucking diapers.
Good genes, baby. Good genes.
Yeah, it's them.
What size are those jeans these days?
It's that J jeans.
J. Crew.
Oh.
UFC, Bill. Usman loses to Leon Edwards, sets up the trifecta, the third match. So what do they call that in the UFC?
Trilogy.
Oh, that's cool. Bill, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your blood sport?
No, I mean, like I said, Usman coming into the fight is a 4-1 favorite, right? I mean, he lost the first round. First time he's ever been taken down in his UFC career. He's 15-fight winning streak. Already beat Leon Edwards in the first fight, 2015. Pound for pound, the best fighter in the entire world right now. He was on the path to possibly go down as the number 1 UFC fighter ever. And then just one head kick. I mean, you're down 3-1 in the rounds, and all credit to Leon Edwards' corner. You've seen the videos come out. They compare him to Rocky. His nickname's Rocky, but you've seen it, the motivation, and then just fake with the jab, right jab, caught his head down to the left and one head kick, and he was out before he hit the ground. I mean, it's just that's why finding combat sports is the best sports in the world, and that's why you see it. It just shit like that can change in an instant. You can get your ass kicked for the whole entire fight, and then the last 60 seconds, under 60 seconds, you knock out the pound for pound best fighter in the world. I mean, you don't see that much. It's probably the biggest upset in UFC history. Number one, head kick knockout in history over Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey. But I mean, it's just good. It's good for the sport. It's good for the sport. You don't want I don't think it's great for the sport when you see one guy dominating all the one division. You've seen it, John Jones, right? So I mean, that's why he moved up to heavyweight. Now you saw Kamaru Usman. I expect him to win and regain the title for the trilogy.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, what's the scuttlebutt now? Is it like, would Usman win that 9 out of 10 times and he caught lightning in a bottle?
Yeah, and I think
2001 Patriots against the Rams, they caught him on the right night and
caught him on the right night. I mean, you think it back. I mean, Leon Edwards is on a 10-fight win streak going in, or 10 decision win streak. I mean, he lasted for 3 rounds before. I don't think it was the main event in 2015. So he went to the decision and lost that. But I mean, I don't know what it was. I expect Usman to win. I expect him to. I expect this is Leon Edwards, what I would say the 07 Giants were, right? So I mean, you put the Patriots up against them 99, you put them up against them 100 times, right? That's where I mean, no disrespect to Leon Edwards at all. Like, he's a fucking phenomenal fighter. It is an awesome story. Just rags to riches. Grew up in a fucking shed in Jamaica, immigrated to the UK, and now you're going to see it. They're looking for the trilogy fight in someplace in the UK. They've mentioned Wembley. They had 110,000 people in Wembley for the Tyson Fury fight. So I mean, it's good for the sport. I like seeing good stories. Good stories, no matter what sport it is. It's good to see.
Now, are they still paying these guys like a bunch of peasants that live in shacks in Jamaica?
Yeah, so this will be his first title defense. This was probably the most lucrative fight of his career. The next title defense would be, you've heard Masvidal get thrown out just because, the 3-piece and a biscuit thing that started way back when, but he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Our guy, the Wolf, Shemaev is fighting Nate Diaz next month. So I mean, you've heard that, but I mean, the trilogy is the way to go. They're going to set it up. They're going to take a few months off. He's going to bask in his win, but I mean, that's going to be the biggest fight of his career. And I love Usman. I love him. I expected him to win, but man, I would have bet all the money in the world on him to win, and that's just the way it is. You heard the crowd in the beginning chanting Usman and all that. By the end of the 5th round, it was like Rocky 4. I'm not even joking. It was like shocked. Rocky 4. Yeah. It was like
I can change.
You can change. We all can change. The best Rocky, by the way. Rocky 4 is my favorite. Agreed.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Ray knows what I'm talking about.
Ray?
I didn't watch the fight, but I saw that.
Okay, we'll be right back with Simplest Minds of the Week.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as stupid does.
I thought you were going to say go bees.
You got to text me. Sorry.
A Nigerian nightmare.
Apologies. We have a lot of candidates here. Ray, let's start with yours. Simplest Mind of the Week, Mr. John Gruden, came out that the man that Brady was talking about when in his free agency tour.
That motherfucker.
You want that motherfucker over me? That guy was Derek Carr, and the man who wanted him was John Gruden, who is now disgraced and out
Dana
of the league.
White set this up. Speaking of UFC,
John Gruden didn't want him.
I read that and I was like, there was no explanation why Dana White was in the middle of bringing Tom Brady.
Him and Brady are boys. So
he's not a licensed agent. He's not, like, why does he?
Because he owns half of Vegas right now.
Yes, and he owns half of Vegas. He wanted him to go there. When Brady went to one of the fights, they were talking like, "Yeah, you should come to the Raiders." He talked him into going to the Raiders. Like, this is going to be a great idea. Dana White put it all together. He went to John Gruden. He said, "Nah, I'm all
there." He was looking for property out in Vegas, and this goes back to the Floyd Mayweather fight. They became real good boys, and by the Floyd Mayweather fight, because remember, Brady took his private jet from the Kentucky Derby, and they all flew to Mayweather's place, right? I think it was right around there, and they all fucking did that. That's where they became boys, and it was like when they moved the team to Vegas, it was like, all right, now you're going to the Raiders. You need to live in Vegas. You need to do this. I think if I had to bet, I would have probably thrown UFC ownership his way. I bet there would have been backdoor deals. I mean, they're worth billions.
That's why
of
it's
dollars.
funny to me that they put Dana White's name in the art. Like, it's not
Dana
surprising to
White's
me.
the one that said it. In
No,
It's not.
It's because Gronk made him say it, and he's like, "I was gonna take this to my grave. I was never gonna talk about it." But for some reason, Gronk had like a live, like a Manning cast
well, they
for
were
the
so
UFC
yeah.
thing.
They've been doing that. Snoop
and the
Dogg's done a few, and it's
So
just
Gronk pretty much like coerced Dana, be like, "Yeah, remember when you almost got me and Brady to go to Vegas?" And Dana was like, "I didn't want to ever talk about this." So
Got it.
well, because he's because him and Robert Kraft are boys too.
Yeah.
I mean, he grew up in Connecticut, Boston area. I mean,
Sure, no, the connections make sense. It's just very rare that you see a name like that mentioned in a story as the curator of a free agency deal. So it was
Ray
just
does
weird
25 push-ups and he has to switch to Powerade before the end of the show.
I saw that.
That's all I have down here. I didn't want to walk to the fridge.
Regardless
Like,
of that, the
fun of me.
simple mind is not Dana White. The simple mind is John Gruden for saying no. What a fucking idiot!
You would have had a Super
What an
Bowl,
idiot.
new stadium, Super Bowl. Look at the weapons they had on
At the
that.
Hunter Renfro for them would have caught 140 passes.
Oh,
because
He's there, wasn't he? Drafted a year after.
No,
he
Either
was there. He was
no.
there. He was there.
the first
He
year of
just-
Gruden.
He just no.
2020.
We're
It
talking
was
2020, bro.
2020.
He just signed a good extension. He would have been
Either
perfect for
way,
the team.
at the very least, John Gruden would not
Darren
be out of the
Waller
league.
with Brady. Jesus.
Gronk, Darren
Yeah,
Waller.
he would. He dropped N bombs.
No, he wouldn't. He would not. The NFL. Come on, Bill. Conspiracy theories. Get a fucking life. The
Loser.
NFL and Dan Snyder were trying to get around the government of the United States of America. And they pitched these softballs into the media to try and take heat off them. One of them was John Gruden from the Bruce Allen account. If John Gruden was coaching Tom Brady and they were competing for Super Bowls, no.
I agree.
They would not
Goodell
have allowed
deletes
that to
that
happen.
shit.
Goodell deletes
I
that
agree.
shit. Never going
Right.
to see it again. Put that in the fucking river with Tom's phone. Nope.
Mhm.
He'd still be in the league. So, yep, idiot number one. Bill, your selection,
For
the
hero of the week.
This is
These-
hilarious.
these guys. So we'll need the full story, but some athletics fans were caught in the quote unquote stands of the A's. There's not a lot to speak of out there. How should we put it? Humping?
I don't know if they were humping or blowing. The picture was really hard.
She looks like she was blowing.
That's what I'd see. Or she could have been on top. It's hard to tell, but the guy's got his arms back. I know that, you're getting a blowjob, you're putting your arms back. Unless you're jamming her head on your car. But that's a different story. So, anyways, you're in a stadium. Oakland Athletics AAA team or AA team has been averaging a hair under 7,000 fans. Oakland, their last game, had 3,500 fans in their stadium. This couple in the last row, basically the last row, decided, hey, we need a blowy mid-game. Now, Oakland police is investigating them for God knows what getting a blowy in public.
Decent exposure.
I would have just said, yeah, she threw up on my lap and she was cleaning it up with her mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Not so maybe hero, maybe
Bill,
Can we start
tell
a
me
new
you wouldn't want to
subject?
be
Hold on, can we
no,
start a new
Tell me
subject?
you wouldn't
Hero
want to
of
be on
the
the
week.
Tell me you wouldn't want to be on the Green Monster getting a blowy. That wouldn't be like your lifelong dream. Watching
That's
the
an
Red
ex-
Sox and
that's an
Braves
expensive
play.
blowy. It's an expensive blowy.
Yeah, I don't want to get arrested for what? What if there's a kid around and my dick's hanging on?
Like,
Then we're
it's never
talking.
happened before.
They're
That-
talking
that-
sex crimes now.
That behavior is more right field bleachers at Fenway. You can't be doing
Center
that on the
field
Monster.
bleachers. Those are the worst ones.
In the dead heat. Whatever. Good for those guys. Get it when you can get it.
Sweaty nutsack.
I got a couple more candidates for you. The Arizona Coyotes NHL team. Is this true? You sent it to me. I
Yes.
didn't look it up. They're
It is
naming their arena. It's actually a gym. It's like a gymnasium. for high
5,000
school
gym.
kids.
Raymond High School could pack more kids in their gymnasium.
Fucking ridiculous. They're naming it the Mullet Arena.
It's
Yeah,
actually
100
Arizona State University's athletic compound, ice arena.
Yeah, because they have a good hockey team.
The Mullet
Exactly.
Arena.
So now it's the Mullet Arena.
I bet. Does Arizona State actually have a team, or do they just have a
They have a
It's a
figure
men's
skating
league.
team.
Yeah, it's probably an intramural team.
Mullet Arena, huh? Here's my conspiracy theory. Get a life loser for this. They are just looking to get kicked out of the NHL and get a payday and walk away.
No, they just signed a 30-year extension for the Phoenix area.
Extension in what?
That they will stay in the Phoenix area for the next 30 years.
It's a contract. You can rip that shit up whenever you want.
I hate the contract. He's wiping his ass with the contract.
Mullet Arena is just too Mullet Arena that holds 5,000 people for an NHL franchise. If they're not trying to get themselves kicked out, they should get kicked out. The NHL needs to step in and get those guys
we
out.
could put more guys in fucking Irene's basement on a Tuesday than they can fit in their whole fucking stadium.
I've seen it. Last candidate, baseball pitchers in general, or coaches, or nerds, however you want to put it. We talked about it today. Walker Buehler, one of the best young pitchers in baseball, goes down again with Tommy John surgery. Here's some numbers for you. Tommy John surgery has climbed in popularity among MLB players.
I'm glad you looked this up. This was very interesting to me when I read this email.
Thank you, Bill. 12
5 minutes ago. 5 minutes.
No, I swear to God, I saw you
reading it as I'm reading it. It's
off.
called listening.
It's the only way Ray knew how to read.
It is the only way Ray knew how to read. 12 surgeries in 1974 to 1994. 12. That's 20 years. They did 12. From 95 to 99, 22 players from 95 to 99.
Steroids. Keep going.
Steroids. From 2000 to the year 2011, basically a 10-year period, 194 players got Tommy John surgery. 194 in that same time period. 275 minor league players got it. I did some quick math. This isn't perfect, but roughly 62% of pitchers since 2000 are missing 1.5, 2 years for Tommy John surgery. Basically, over half the guys that come in and pitch, if you have any significant amount of time pitching in the bigs, you're going to get Tommy John surgery.
I'm surprised when guys don't get it. But right. Rich, we talked about it in our text chains. These guys are getting bigger, stronger, faster, and guys aren't starting pitcher in this league's devalued, right? So now you have pitching coaches and you get guys that in the lower leagues that you're trying to get away from guys that are throwing the breaking stuff when you're younger, and now you're trying to teach these guys just to throw hard, right? So the league is going to strikeouts, right? It's not the contact pitchers that we grew up seeing, the Tom Glavins, the John Smoltz, like those guys had strikeouts, but they could pitch contact. The biggest example is fucking Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux threw an 80 pitch complete game because he knew how to pitch, right? So it's the era we live in. It's the same thing why if you look at, there's not one rookie that's played the majority of the season that's hitting 300 batting average right now, because they don't teach guys how to hit now. They teach, it's all about launch angle. It's all about this. The nerds have ruined the game, right? We've said it third time through the lineup. These guys want to throw 100 miles an hour because they know they're only getting 4 or 5 innings. It's an outliner. There's a handful of guys, 20 guys in the league, maybe, that are going to go 6 to 8 innings, right? And still, like the Max Scherzers who had Tommy John, like even Justin Verlander leads the league in wins this year, right? Tommy John coming off Tommy John,
right? Even now, the guys that are extending in the 6-7 innings have all been through it and had it. And then, like, quote unquote, in our day, or when, over 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the guys that could throw gas, Clemens, don't want to go back all the way to Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson. They had the frame to do it, and they knew their body could handle it. This is where the stupidity comes in with me, is the people that are coaching these guys. Like, we were always taught as kids, don't throw a curveball till like high school. Like, your body can't take it. You're still developing. But everyone did. Everyone did. But I was even taught, if you want to throw it, like, here's a way to throw it so you're not like snapping and fully torquing your shit.
I caught your curveball. It was terrible.
I know, yeah, bad curveball. Real looping 12-6. But the idea now is, can you throw hard? Throw as hard as you possibly can all the time, from 18 years old or 16 years old until you make it, unless your arm falls off. So how many kids have we never even heard of that, because their arm fucking blew out, because they're telling them to throw as hard as possibly can, because they're just using them like rag dolls to throw it? The Tampa Bay Rays are going to throw 12 guys on the mound just to get through a game because they don't want to pay their pitchers or devalue them or whatever. It's stupid. And you want to blame the nerds? We can blame whoever you want, but the whole idea of it is fucking dumb. And hitters that can't hit 300, they're not missing a year of big league time or never making it to the bigs because they don't get injured. Like, making these kids throw as hard as they possibly can from the second they can do it is fucking stupid.
I put a lot of it on the pitchers too, though. I think it's twofold, right? It's the coaches that want these guys to throw 100 miles an hour, and then it's the guys that want to build their body to throw 100 miles an hour, right? So, like, the biggest thing,
isn't that the pressure? If you're 19,
it's both. I think it's both because you see the glamour of the guys. Like, look at Nolan Ryan, only pitcher ever, 5,000 strikeouts. He threw a no hitter at like 47, right? So I mean, that's where you see the strikeouts, you see the glamour. This is what I'm chasing. So you want to get bigger, you want to get stronger, you want to get all that when you're a baseball player, right? So I mean, I think moving the mound back, different things like that. I mean, there's ways around it, but the worst thing you can do to your body is throw a baseball besides drugs and all that other stuff, right? So the one of those things, and it's the same thing with going in the NFL. ACLs, Achilles, all this other stuff. You're talking about guys at different eras. We talked about Joe Montana era, the Tom Brady era. Can these guys play in different eras? Yes and no, because now you're looking at guys, they're genetically, there's you look at the food we eat, everything is just pumped with hormones. You're looking at girls that get fucking tits at 12 years old now. It's all mixed together, and you're all getting bigger, you're getting stronger, you're getting faster. Eventually your body can only handle so much, and especially what you're doing. Your body's not meant to throw fucking 100 miles an hour, period.
That's true. That's true, but it's baseball specific, because if 62% of NFL quarterbacks were having to have rotator cuff surgery no matter
Rich,
what,
it goes back to
be a different story. Or if every single if 62% of left tackles had ACL surgery, there would be a change to the game, or they would do something about it. And baseball has just been sitting since for 20 fucking years. They've been sitting idle. Thank you, Raymond. Watching these guys blow out their arms, and not only watching them, encouraging them to do it. It's fucking stupid. Baseball should take a lot of blame for that, and the nerds should take a lot of blame for that. And I kind of feel bad for the guys. You're right. It's you are the person that are taking responsibility for it. But I don't know. I think baseball, the sport
it's
itself,
the glamour.
You
got to get the glamour. You need the selfish guys like Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux set the MLB
but someone
record
taught him how to do that.
The old school guys, because they
do that. There's nobody out
another
there teaching
thing. I think another thing is restrictions. I think another restriction.
Average.
You saw the old guys throw
more than average,
300 innings, 400 innings, pitch both games of a doubleheader, like the old school guys. Where now it's like they baby the pitchers too much, right? What's the worst thing to play sports when you're trying not to get hurt? What's going to happen? You're going to get hurt, right? So I mean, this is kind of what they're doing. They're babying him. You look at Strasburg, all these guys at their innings limit, like Shane McClanahan for Tampa Bay. It's like they're in the race, but I mean, if they were out of the race, they'd shut his ass down. I guarantee it, because that's where they are. They start limiting innings. You saw Skubal out there in Detroit last year. He came up. You started limiting his innings, where he had a pretty decent rookie year for Detroit. Had a good decent start this year. You start limiting their innings. Like, you're babying these players. Let them go out and let them do what they're supposed to do. That's like I said, this is the biggest thing when you're playing not to get hurt. 9 out of 10 times you're getting hurt.
Hold on. Oh, I was going to ask Ray.
You're gonna get hurt.
This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Friday Rewind, August 26th. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Renee? Bye.
Bye, Renee. I love you.
Marty! You've got to come back with me! Where? Back to the future!
Check your Zoom settings, Richard. We record once a week, pal. Come on, get it together.
Oh, come on, man. All we ask for is 2 hours once a week. That's all I ask for. William, did you see what came in the mail?
What is that?
That was the League Renee Championship trophy.
Ooh, Rich, you're gonna let him display that right in your grill? You can't even talk to defend yourself right now.
Nope, he can't.
It's really upsetting.
Ooh, there it is. That sounds good.
Yeah,
Really?
Did you have the wrong Corey cord plugged in?
I tried a different Cordy cord. Speaking of League Renee, the draft lottery is tonight. I was trying to figure out a thing, the way to make it all work here, and clearly it didn't work. But I got mixed feelings seeing my girl Renee back there. If you notice, my name's on that board a couple times. But if you move your hand, you can see the nip slip. Thank you. There it is.
Little nice little areola.
Yeah,
Hey,
tiny
we
little,
got to censor it. Way to go.
little mini Roni on that little lady.
Add
it
some
does look
hamburger
sweet,
and
though.
you're right there for Ray.
It does look sweet. Speaking again, fantasy football season is here. No one cares. But our league went into chaos mode. We had a bunch of trades going on. It was a whole bunch of fun. But Ray brought up a scenario where he offered me a trade. It was his first, second, and third round picks, and in return, he got naming rights for my second child, soon to be.
Chalupa Batman.
Nope.
The league, great episode, good callback there, Bill. But I'd like to hear. I said no, I declined. So cat's out of the bag. Ray, why don't you give the options that I would have had if I had taken you up on that offer?
Fupa McPhee.
Ooh, I like that one.
That would have been the first.
Call her Foop. Call Foop for short.
Yep. And the second one would have been Ramona McPhee Langevin, making sure my last name goes last so that I have dominance over this child.
You can't do that.
You only get one name.
You only get one name, bro.
Okay, Ramona. Ramona Langevin is the middle name.
That's two names.
Ramona Langevin. I had the naming rights, the whole rights. I get the whole rights.
Here's the thing. I fucked up because Fupa McPhee would have been fine, and I could have had fucking the first 3 round picks.
Yeah.
Shit.